That's very, very rewarding. Very rewarding.
Hello,
Yes.
Amy. Oh my gosh,
Very-
the party started before I got here.
Oh, yeah. Whoop, whoop.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You're late.
It's 8 o'clock, and I only get 40 minutes off. Because it shuts off in 40 minutes. So however long y'all have been in here is how long I have left.
Oh.
Chris,
Oh
first
my
to get,
Do what?
you said for us to get on, grab our favorite bevy and get on.
Yeah. Okay.
We've been on like maybe 3 minutes.
Okay. No big,
Yeah.
no big deal. I'm supposed to be able to set this up so nobody can join until I'm here. I guess I didn't do that. Oh well. I was uploading a video in my my personal VIP,
Uh-huh.
and it took me a minute. So, did you guys? Some of you all are in it's Amanda's rebooted Lash Bash. Did you guys see me go live in there earlier? Yeah. Well, if you did, or if you go back and watch it, there's a moment where I actually give a mean face to Jaron because he was in here.
Oh, wait a minute. Were you taking off half your makeup?
Yeah.
I was like, did she just hit him?
No, I was actually, yes, I slapped his leg. So get out.
That's great.
Jeffrey was under the bed and he was trying to play with the dog, and I'm like, dude, you know I'm live right now. Like, this is not cool.
Okay, I'm here.
Anyway,
He's such a cutie, though.
I know, but I just wasn't into it tonight.
Mommy moment. I am.
Yeah.
Mom.
Aimee, to do that means that he was like seriously way past, like
Yes.
well beyond.
It was already beyond, like, I'm like, dude, I didn't want him in here in the first place, and he just invited himself, but that's all right.
There's a lot of girls on tonight.
Hi!
Oh, can I see? Oh, there's some more. Hey!
Oh,
Hey, Tara!
gallery view.
Hi.
There we are. Okay, cool.
You got a bigger
Oh,
crowd.
Heather! It's Heather! Oh my God!
Hi. I didn't know that you were going to be able to see me. I thought I was just going to be watching you. Hi, Emily's putting away laundry.
You're okay, girl. Whatever. It's hi, Emily. Hi, Tara, Stephanie, Melissa, April. There will be more joining. So for tonight, I really wanted to focus on sponsoring because, sorry, there's a fuzz. That's what I'm doing. I'm sponsoring you all. Okay, so there's a little chat function. If you have questions, instead of speaking, since there's so many of us, just shoot me like a question and I will read them.
How do you do that?
Okay, yeah, take a moment. Okay, you might have to move your.
Yeah,
Are you on a phone or a computer?
I'm on a phone.
Okay, I don't know.
So touch
okay.
the screen.
Okay.
They can hear you.
Screen.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
You
Okay.
hit the participant
Oh,
little
okay, yeah.
bubble,
Yep, I see it.
And it
there's
says
a chat
who.
option.
Okay, cool.
All right. But that doesn't mean you guys can't like answer if I ask you. I don't want to ask you a question. You all like, I can't talk.
Oh.
No. Okay. So we have grown by 20 already this month. It is the 8th of the month, you guys. This is
Yay.
I know. This is the biggest month in the history of the Lash Angels. So thank you, corporate, for putting together this amazing kit. And welcome, Emily. She is a brand new presenter, just signed yesterday. Super excited. So I guess it was the new kit that made you decide to jump on board. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. And
That and the fact that my husband was like, yeah, why don't you do it?
so just timing. The
That
timing-
support is great.
Yeah, for sure. But the timing is perfect. So you're going to find that Emily and I have been going back and forth with parties and, purchasing and all of that stuff. Gosh, it's been at least a year and a half. Yeah, maybe longer. So don't be discouraged. I mean, people that you have sold to or had parties with, since the beginning of your business, if you've been with Unique for a while, this may be their time, just like it was Emily's time. So,
And they may tell you no every single time you ask.
yes, exactly.
And then finally one day,
Do you know how many times I asked you?
no. Quite a few, though.
It was quite a few. See, so that's just a real life example. Welcome, Melissa, another brand new presenter.
Yay.
I'm Melissa.
So just so the newbies know, this is only like the third Zoom call that we've
Yeah, third time.
So we're all getting used to this together. This is brand new for the team. So if you're still like trying to figure it out, don't worry about it. You'll get used to it. But this is going to be a format we do every single week. 8 o'clock Eastern seems to be a great time for most people. I'm hoping that some of my Central, Mountain, and Pacific time zone ladies will start joining soon. That's why I have it so late on a Sunday. But yeah, so sponsoring, it comes sometimes surprisingly. With this brand new kit, this is an opportunity for you guys to get those right now yeses, people that you've never talked to, and the people that you've recently added to your friends list that you're trying to use attraction marketing to get them to pay attention to what you're posting. You need to keep posting content because you never know which post is going to get their attention. April, mom is texting me.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know what she wants. She sent me a YouTube. She says, "Do you remember this? Sure would love to hear you learn this. Must be a song."
Uh-oh.
Anyway. So don't get discouraged if it takes a while for people to decide. You know, you have to go out and have those conversations with people. I can't remember exactly what. What
You have a people.
do what? More people?
No, who keeps opening your door behind you?
Are you serious? It's probably my dog. Because Jeffrey's down there laying by my feet. Whoever it is, stop it. Somebody keeps opening my door. Okay, it's the dog. Jeffrey's standing guard. April. You're loud, I swear. Okay. So anyway, I don't know. So Emily, do you remember what post it was that got your attention? Is she on here? Oh, there she is.
Yeah, she's here.
Yeah. I don't remember.
But
the post about not having to sell.
Okay.
Like to just buy the kit. But then I told my husband about it, and he was like, "Well, why don't you just try it?"
Right. Okay. That's awesome. And not everybody has that. I mean, that's a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
I started Unique because Alan encouraged me to. So I know some people don't have that experience, but sometimes we do. And so, you know, that brings up another great point. When you're making these posts, it's a little bit different because this kit is just so massive and such a great deal. You always want to take selling off the table. Most people that are going to make the decision to do this are going to do it because they don't feel pressured and there's no strings attached. So you want to make sure that you at least always put that out there so that you can capture those people that are on the fence and kind of like hem-hawing, because some people have had very bad experiences in past companies with pushy uplines. Yeah. Emily's saying yeah. And some people are just lacking a lot of confidence and they're not sure they can do it, and they don't want to disappoint you as their sponsor, but really they don't want to disappoint themselves. And so you have to be able to get past those objections before you even speak to that person. So it's really important to me anyway, and this is my method. You know what? If you talk to some other leader in the company, they may have a completely different method, but this is what works for me. I have 105 people personally enrolled almost 2.5 years later. So obviously what I'm doing is working. So that's why I want to share with you guys, you know, how this is happening for me. Let me see if anybody sent me a chat. I can't tell. Have any of y'all sent me a chat?
No,
Okay.
No.
So nobody has any questions?
just listening.
Okay. So thank you for bringing that up. So I think that's a really, really huge selling point for people. Another way that I have been getting people to make the decision. Listen, I've been in this industry practicing for over 17 years. I have used to not be able to sponsor a soul. I sponsored like 2 people by myself when I did Arbonne years ago. And then in Dove Chocolate Discoveries, I sponsored maybe 2 people myself and the rest of my downline. The company was feeding me leads. They actually had a program where people would contact them and then they would connect them to me because they were in my area. And that's how they used their company. So they built my downline for me. So Unique is honestly very special to me because it has helped validate all of the skills that I've learned over the years, and I've been able to put them into practice. And because of the social media environment, and because I'm very comfortable in a social media environment, and it's not something that my shyness comes out in person. So it's really helped me. So I will message people and I will not talk about Unique. That's not the first thing I want to talk about when it comes to building a relationship. If I just added somebody to my friends list, most of the time, I just add them. Most of the time, I don't even send them a message telling them why. Sometimes I do. But sometimes I just let them be and wait for them to show up in my newsfeed to see if I'm attracted to what they're posting. And then I start commenting and liking on things. Or then I'll reach out, say, thanks for accepting my friend request. I noticed, something about them that I relate to, and then connect with them in that way. I let my news feed kind of dictate who I reach out to. So last month when I was doing, is that me? Is that me?
Yeah.
Why doing that?
Echoing.
Oh my God. Okay. That is so weird. Okay, so last month when I was doing really focused work, I was, I did this whole Growing Green group, which is still going. Melissa's in there. April's in there. These focused tasks every single day, which I'm still trying to keep in practice. Every day is an opportunity to reset that clock, to say, okay, recommit yourself. I'm going to do these. I'm going to do these because I know it's good for me. I'm going to get the daily list, which is posted under the files of the Angels group. And I'm going to go through the daily list. You've got to become disciplined. And if you're not perfect, that's not the goal. It's okay. Just every day when you get up, make it a point to try to do those steps, to make those posts on your wall, to reach out to 5 people about hosting a party, 5 people about the business opportunity, and adding 5 to 10 new friends every single day. It's hard to do every single day, but if you do it, even if you get 7 full days in an entire month of
meeting, honey. It's
all
what I
of
told you.
those
You don't need to be in
tasks
here.
done,
It's not my video.
you're setting yourself up for success. I
It's
mean,
already
it
coaching.
all works. It all goes into the pot of activity. So last month, I don't say never, I very rarely
I wasn't doing a video. I was
contact
in a meeting.
somebody about the opportunity. As in somebody I've never spoken to before.
Go
They're
on,
not my
Go
friends.
on, Bronco.
Don't know them from Adam. Very rarely will I do that. Most of the time when you do that, it does nothing. But sometimes it works out. So I tell you this because today I met with somebody I did that to. She is a realtor here. She's a professional. She's actually been in sales and marketing in newspaper and magazine advertising for a very long time. She's from Indianapolis, but she moved here last year. And she keeps popping up in my newsfeed, and she's always caught my eye. She's a beautiful lady, and I've never reached out to her for any reason. I was hoping that she would be attracted to me. Well, I messaged her, and I basically said, let me pull it up, and I'll just read it to you guys because I want to make sure that I tell you exactly what type of messages I send out, because I know a lot of you private message me. You're like, well, what should I say? And okay, let me get. Okay, so it didn't take me but one swipe of my finger to go through all the messages I've had with this lady in Messenger. So this is how brand new our relationship is. I said, Cassandra, seriously, your picture just showed up in my newsfeed, and I have to say, you are stunningly beautiful, and with your entrepreneurial mindset, you really should be capitalizing on it. If you've never considered network marketing, you really should. I think you would kill it. That's all I said. My heart was pounding out of my chest. I'm like, this woman is going to block me and think that I'm crazy, and, you know, all of those things that go through our minds, right? That paralyzing fear. I deal with it too, but you just have to have 2 seconds of bravery and you just do it, okay? She responded almost immediately. Thanks, babe. I love MLMs. If I believe in the product, ... What you got, ? I'm open. I've been looking for one I can rock. I did prepaid legal back in the day and did awesome, but something tangible versus a service is right up my alley. If I can't sell the family a house, I can sell her blank. Fill in the blank. So she was like, believe me, I about fell off the chair. That's a unicorn, and you will find them if you do the work. I mean, you guys, I message hundreds of people a month. I mean, if I went through and looked at all my messages, I would say between 50 and 100 people a month is my average, and there are probably months where there's been more. There's only 1 month in the entire time that I've been with Unique that I didn't sponsor a single soul. But this month I have sponsored 10 so far. So a lot of these people that are joining are people that I've been talking to, selling to, conversing with, building relationships with for a long time. And some of them are brand new. So that would be a great example of a cold contact, but being genuine and excited, keeping it short and simple, and waiting to see what they say. Most people will not respond at all. But if you don't do these activities at all, you'll never get to those people. So you just have to be brave. And I'm not a big advocate of cold contacting. I'm really more about, that is totally an exception to the rule. There is a wrong way to cold contact. You don't want to spam people. So another example of, something I would do is reaching out and say, like, somebody will pop up in my newsfeed and I'll be like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen your picture in my newsfeed forever. How have you been? And I'll try to strike up a conversation. Sometimes they turn the conversation around to talk about Unique. They'll say, oh my gosh, I see your, post on my wall and I see you in to contact you to buy something. I love when that happens. And so that's why it's so important. You can't, if you start to get that voice in your head that says, you're posting too much, your friends are getting annoyed, that's why they're not contacting you, you need to slow down, you need to quit doing it so much, oh my gosh, so-and-so hasn't talked to me in forever, I bet I'm being annoying. Don't fall into that trap, because that's really what it is. It's your brain is trying to be logical about it and trying to figure out why, like, maybe you haven't been getting contacts in a while or sales or whatever it is that's causing you to have those thoughts. But you've got to stop those thoughts dead in their track, and you have to think, like, okay, take yourself out of the equation. And remember, this is a sales business. We share what we love, and we try to attract people to us that want what we have to offer. It's not always the right time for somebody. Just because, Emily just started this business, and she just started her party, and she's now posting and doing lives and makeup tutorials. I am so freaking proud of you. Doesn't mean that the people are ready to spend their money. They might be like, oh my gosh, I love that eyeshadow palette she used. Okay, when will I have the money to buy that? And they're trying to figure it out. And they're putting it in their mental log. Okay, next paycheck, I'm going to be ready to buy. So just remember, it takes time, and it's about them. It's not about you. Whatever it is, and this is not me being egotistical and saying, I'm the best leader, and whatever I tell you is perfect, and you need to follow what I say. But there's a reason why we leaders coach to post what we tell you to post every day. It's a method that works. It helps trick the Facebook algorithms into putting your content out there and bringing in the people that need to see it. So just trust the process. Just do the things. And, you know, on days that you just don't feel like it, be good to yourself. Make yourself post something. But if you're really having a bad day and you can't be genuine through your posts, if you're really down, and reach out to somebody and talk to them about it and take a break, because you don't want to post something, you know, what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that if you really are having a bad day, if you really are dealing with some crud, reach out to somebody that you're comfortable with and talk to them and give yourself a moment to at least deal with that, because that's, you know, we have lives. We're people, we're human, we have down moments. Don't let it consume you for too long. Because when you take too long of a break, then all of a sudden you're off people's radars, and then you have to get the ball rolling again, and it's hard. You want to build the momentum, which is the hardest part, and then keep that ball rolling. So just be wise about it if you do take a day to just kind of take a breather and spend time with your family, which is totally fine. And schedule chunks of time that you want to work on Facebook or your business. I mean, so that you don't burn yourself out. Does anyone have any questions? I'm going to take a break.
I sent you a question.
Okay. Oh, did you? Where is it? Hold on. Let me see if I can figure it out. Heather Bell. Oh, okay. I see them now. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Heather's question. Okay. So the 50 to 100 people that I mentioned, she's asking, is it about the opportunity, hosting, sales? It's just conversations in general. And if I'm sitting down with my notebook, I meant to bring it in here, and I will make a log. I talk to these people about hosting, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Opportunity. I talk to these 5 people about the opportunity. And sometimes if I'm out and about and I have a face-to-face conversation with somebody, guess what? They're in my log. And if I go over my 5 per day that I, have set as a minimum, I will push it on to the next day so that I kind of load my month. Sorry, getting a little bit of drainage going on. Okay, so that's just, so sometimes I'll reach out to people specifically if I'm not having conversations. I have to sit down and say, okay, who am I going to talk to about hosting? And I'll go through past customers and I'll start there. I'll go through past parties and look to see who maybe purchased or was really active, if I have to really dig for that information. Otherwise, I just start having conversations with people and private messages and see where it leads. If I open with hosting and they say no, then I will say, well, are you ready for some more mascara or something like that, and try to at least turn it into, well, if you don't want to host, totally fine. If you ever want anything, I'm placing a bulk order, whatever you got to say. And even close it and say, you buy from me a lot and you're spending full price, and you really should get this kit and buy from yourself so that you can save money. That's a very easy transition. And so sometimes I'll have the same name on all 3 spots because I talked to somebody about all 3 things. So there's really no right or wrong way. It really just depends on where that conversation's going and or what you specifically reached out to them about first. Let's see. And then April asked me if I've gotten a peek at the catalog yet. I have not. I have not seen anything from the catalog. Great question. I do expect to start seeing proofs of just pictures maybe next month. So I can only share what they let me share.
When in March does it come out?
Oh, gosh, that's a good question. I don't know. See, Italy is launching. They're signing up presenters February 7th, and then they're starting to sell in March. So that kind of gives me an idea. I'm trying to remember last year, I think they let us buy catalogs on March 1st. I don't think we were able to even get one sooner. So
that was my guess because of the new kit ends. So that's when my guess was when it was the new one wasn't come out.
Yes, and they obviously aren't going to send us catalogs with new products if they haven't announced what they are. So I don't know. Unique is growing and changing so fast, it's hard to keep up. So what they did last year is not necessarily what they're going to do this year. Hi, Amy. I just noticed you finally joined us.
Yay, hi.
You get the kidnapper?
I did.
Yeah, yay. Good job. I know you feel on top of the world.
I do, and it's from posting my my own lashes, like somebody told me to.
See? There you go. It can be as easy as that.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, let's see who all is on here. Let me see. Okay, there's Lana. Oh my gosh, did you guys see Lana putting mascara on her husband?
I was trying to watch that.
Poor Mike. I mean, he has been the subject of so much. When Lana first started, she was one of the first people that signed up on my team. Lana and I go way back to the 90s. Yeah. Cross make you want to jump. So we've known each other a long time, but when she first started, we hadn't talked in years and years and years. We just reconnected on Facebook, and I reached out to her, and I'm like, you should do this with me. And she's like, okay. And so, hi. And anyway, she was having, she was trying to get the momentum going and trying to figure out what's going to work for her party-wise and how she's going to get people's attention. And Smarty Pants created a challenge where if she had her husband start a party, and it was in his name, and he invited all his friends. And the premise was, as soon as she sold 10 mascaras to his group of friends, then he would have to post pictures of him wearing the mascara. And it happened. And she got to yellow, and it was just absolutely fabulous. I will never forget that. It was one of the most fantastic things ever. It was so fun.
Mm.
So I'm so glad you're here. And then I think Melissa actually.
Mike wanted to add that he looks really good also.
Oh yes. So good with the mascara. And she put on the splurge and what color was it? It was a yellow one. I can't remember. Extravagant. So she basically put the Kit stuff on his face. So if you guys have any men in your life that are willing to do that for you, yeah. No, Emily's like, no way. No way. I know.
My husband doesn't even like me to kiss him with the lip stain on.
Oh yeah, Alan's the same way. He's like, don't even get any ideas, because I'm like, look, Alan, Mike's doing it. He's like, no.
I think I've talked Kristen into doing like the mask.
Oh, yes. Well, I tried to get Alan to do the mask, and he won't do the mask. So, okay. I have another question over here from Melissa. I missed hers. Sorry, girl. Okay. How long do you wait before you contact them again? It is really honestly a gut feeling. If somebody's name, like if somebody pops into my mind that I haven't talked to or thought of in a while, I take that as a clue. I listen. I'm like, okay. Sometimes I try to, okay, we got 10 minutes, y'all. It's counting me down.
Wow.
So I told you these meetings are 40 minutes. That's it. It's not going to give me any more. So we will never go over. And if you're able to come tomorrow to the team meeting because you're local, I can't wait to see your face. It really is just depend. Like if somebody's showing up on my newsfeed a lot, if they come to mine and I haven't talked to them a while or thought of them, I use that as like a trigger because that's the universe like attracting you to somebody saying you need to reach out to them. So I try to pay attention to that. And other than that, I keep my log, and like every week I go back through and I try to follow up with people that I talked to in the past. And I always keep, and I didn't used to do this, but it has helped me so much because I talk to so many people, it's easy to forget who I last talked to and what it was about. So I'm keeping notes. It's not perfect. It's not beautiful. It's just a little notepad, and I just turn the page when I'm done. Like there's no method to it. I put the date on it, and that's it. So maybe weekly I do a review because people that you've talked to about the opportunity and they say, hey, I'm getting paid next week, remind me. You better make a note. You better put something in your phone, remind yourself to follow up with them because you will forget. So that's important. Okay. How Melissa wants to know for someone who's just starting, how do you recommend bringing it up to people without being that pushy salesperson? All right, I'm going to throw this question out to some of my veterans here. Who wants to answer this question? How do you reach out to people without being pushy or salesy? Be brave. Come
I'm
on.
just gonna say, first of all, I'm not good at sponsoring. That is not my good point at all. It's not my strong point. However, I had a customer that has spent a good amount of money with me to make a purchase yesterday of, I believe it was the night cream and the instant serum. And I felt so bad because she spent over $100 and I didn't catch it within the 3-hour window, and she could have gotten so much more for her money. And me and Aimee had been messaging back and forth about how it's more about serving your customer than being a pushy salesperson. And I felt so bad, like, oh my gosh, I'm not giving great customer service if my customers don't know that the presenter's kit is a better deal. And what that ended up with was me calling my sister today, and for the first time offering her the presenter's kit and saying, hey, you need to look at this presenter's kit because it is the best deal ever. And I said, this is why I'm telling you this, because this is what happened. So, I'm really working on improving my sponsoring, and but more importantly, I'm working on improving my customer service. So finding out what it is that my customers need, what it is that's going to save them money, what it is that, getting to know my customers and what their needs are so that I can serve them better. And that's my New Year's resolution. And I realized that offering the presenter's kit is not so much about me, it's about them. Let them say no, but let them know that it's there and available, especially. And her response was, yeah, I looked at that and I saw that, but I thought I was going to have to sell and I'm too busy. So even though I put in every post, no obligation to sell, they don't believe it. So, open that door, throw it out there, let them make the decision. And the other thing, too, that I realized, because that's like my worst fear is being that pushy salesperson, I also realized that when I am on someone else's party online, I do like that rep to reach out to me. I want it. I expect it. It's just part of the customer service thing. And I kind of feel like, well, why isn't she reaching out to me? I posted something on the party. Why isn't she messaging me? So I guess I'm trying to make that transition to realize that reaching out to someone is not being pushy.
Yes, very good, Heather. Woo! Growth.
I'm trying.
No, that's awesome. And I'm proud of you for finally talking to your sister. I know that's been really hard for you. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, all those points are absolutely fantastic. So you hit it on the head. Now, as a new person, Melissa, there's a little bit of a different connection that you're trying to make with people. You're trying to come out of the gate letting everybody know that you possibly can, that you're in business. So it's natural for you to you message everybody on your friends list. Hey, I just wanted to tell you I started this new business. That's okay. That's not being pushy or salesy. You're just letting them know you're in business. And so that's a whole different ball of wax. But there's a few of you on here who are brand new, and some of you need to probably go back and revisit this. You need to act like you are starting your business all over again, and that is okay. So you go back through your friends list and start at the A's and go through the Z's, and don't stop till you're done. And you just let them know, hey, I don't know if you knew this or not. I know I post about it a lot, or maybe not as much as I should, and you may not know this, but I'm a unique presenter. So even if you're not interested in ever purchasing unique products from me, or if it's a guy, don't be afraid to reach out to them. They've got ladies in their lives. Let them know. Just say, I would appreciate referrals, or just, if at any time I post something, feel free to share it from my wall to yours, even as something as simple as that. Just let them know that you're in business and let them know how they can help you. They can purchase from you. They can host a party. I call them Lash socials now. That's my new thing. They can join you if they want. No sales required. Just get the kit and get the products at a discount. Or they can send you referrals, or they can just be super supportive, comment, like, post, share, anything that they can do to help you get the word out that you're in business. That right there as a new presenter will give you so much work to do and so much business coming back to you, because you'll be on like the 50th person that you're messaging this to, and all of a sudden person number 4 will write you back and say, yes, I want some mascara, or hey, I just saw my friend ask about mascara on her wall and I tagged you in it. See, so I call it casting a wide net. Think about all of the different markets of people that you know. Family on your side, family on your significant other's side. You've got friends from elementary school, friends from middle school, friends from high school, friends from church. You've got people that you've worked with from the 5 different jobs that you've had in your life. Maybe you have coached cheerleading, or your kids are in sports. I mean, you have all of these, they're called affinity groups of people that you need to reach out to. And if you could just find one person in each affinity group of people that to either become a customer or to host a party or to join your team, you're going to win and you're going to have success, because you are casting a wide net to all of these different markets of people that know hundreds and thousands of people that you don't know yet. And that's really where you're going to find your success, is outside of your circle into the people that they know. Because truthfully, you have more credibility with people you've never met than the people who've known you for a long time. That's the easiest place to get business. So you've got to find a way to get out there. You've got to talk to those people that you know and try to break through to get to their markets of people. That is the goal. That was my goal when I first started. How fast can I get to 100 personally sponsored? 2 years. It took me a little over 2 years to do it. That was one of my major goals. How fast can I book 10 parties? I did it in my first month. How fast can I, get 10 total people on my team? It took me less than 2 months. So if you break down your goals in these small chunks and really focus on those, in 2 years, you also will have 100 personally enrolled people. I promise you that. If you will focus on that month after month and do it in chunks of 5 people. How fast can I get 5 people on my team? Awesome. I'm there. How fast can I get to 10? How fast can I get to 15? That keeps you from getting too frustrated. It keeps you focused on small chunks, and it helps you to move forward, because it becomes a snowball and it grows and it grows and it grows. That's been my system all along. And I do that with how many mascara can I sell? I'm going to start out with 5 mascara on hand for cash and carry. How fast can I sell those and order 5 more? See, if you will just do that for yourself, you will get the sales, you will get the presenters on your team. Whether they're kidnappers or not does not matter. They are all welcome here. We are not stuck-up snobs like some other companies are.